Welcome back to my channel. I'm Janine, your midlife BFF, and on today's video, it's a chatty get ready with me. We are gonna talk about hair loss after menopause, hair loss in our 40s, what I'm doing to get in front of my hair loss, what I've done, what I'm gonna start doing, everything in between. I'm also gonna talk you through this current makeup look. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. And if you are in midlife and you need a little help getting out of a rut, help with your nutrition, beauty, fashion, this is the channel for you. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Now let's get into the makeup. All right, you guys, we're just gonna get right into this. It's a Saturday morning and I need to be productive around my house for sure, but I don't know. I like to lately I'm finding to keep my mental health on point that regardless of what I'm doing, I like to do my makeup. It makes me just feel better. So I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I'm going to go in with this. But I thought I would just film and get ready with me. I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've done this. And yeah, just give you guys a little update. Oh, you know what? One of my lashes fell off when I slept. And so I need to put it back on. Real easy to do. So pretty soon, it's going to be pretty crazy. My content's just going to be probably all over the place. I'm just in a weird limbo stage right now. I'm just making sure I get glue over the whole hairs so it doesn't come off again. So historically, I am not someone that thrives in chaos. I like order and routine. So this is going to be a really challenging next few months for me because I'm going to have to be in like a go with the flow mode at the same time as I'm still trying to get everything done. Like none of my obligations change, but in terms of my work, but I've got a lot on my plate in terms of my personal life. So I'm going to take you along with me on the realities of that. You know, I know you guys love on my channel, I post what I eat in a day. And for a while, what I eat in a day is going to be kind of all over the place, but I'm going to try to document that too, like how I navigate when things are crazy, because sometimes I think that's when people get the most benefits because it's the most real life, right? Okay, so I did go in with the primer and I'm going to start with my eyebrows. What I need to do is I need to get the dermaplane thing and do that this weekend, but not yet. I don't have any fresh blades, so I need to do that for sure. Lashes back together. Concealer, I do not put this under my eyes, it's too thick, but I do put it on my eyelids. And I've got my BK Beauty brush. I love this thing because then it's a stand for the brushes, so I can easily find what I am looking for. All of my skin prep is on already. I did that like an hour ago, so it's nice and well penetrated. So even like my makeup, all in this bag, that is even just going to stay like that. So long story short, and I'll share more as things go on, but we're moving. And we're going to be in an some multiple interim locations prior to our final destination. So that's what's going to be so challenging for me. And I also have some travel. Oh, I've been looking for this. My iconic nude. I thought it was lost. I'm so happy right now. Anyways, yeah, so, but I can't find my brow product. Anyways, so it's going to be crazy. I don't know. I'm going to try to like, hopefully I can bank some content so I can stay consistent on here, but I'll definitely take you guys along for the ride as well. But today we're just, you know, doing a little chatty, get ready with me. Talk you through some of these makeup products that I am using. So this is the e.l.f. I think it's called the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It's literally $5 and it's such a good product. And then I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Build-A-Brow to create the little strokes. Now I have my eyebrows microbladed, but I still need to do this. So I just did a podcast episode with my hairstylist who, I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow. This is old school, but I pulled it out. Like I used to love this palette, Tarte in Bloom. So we're going to use a little old school Tarte in Bloom palette. I think my daughter got it for me like a really long time ago. But yeah, we're going to talk, I want to talk to you guys about hair loss, anti-aging hair loss. So a little history with me and like my hair. First of all, I have hair extensions. However, hair extensions don't solve the problem when you start to lose your hair. And I definitely noticed a huge change, two huge changes when my hair really started getting bad. I'm just going to go in with this mid-tone color, kind of like all over, was when I got the C word. I had like a period of loss after that, and then entered menopause. And my hair was so thin that even with extensions, so my part, see how like my part is pretty good. Like it was like a finger thickness down the middle. And it was like, my hair was so thin that my stylist, whom I interviewed on the podcast, she would tell me, Janine, like, you have to do something because you're losing hair. And if your hair is not strong enough to hold the extensions, we're not going to have anything to put the extensions on. And so, you know, the problem is, it's like I was on a budget and it's like I needed the thing that's going to make my hair look good, which was my hair extensions, but that's expensive enough. I didn't really have the funds to then also invest in all these things. So like we talked about in the episode, I was guilty of trying to buy all these online things to fix my hair. I don't know. I did Vegamore, I did Nutrafol, and they all worked like the first month. Like I noticed a change and then I didn't. Like it stopped. It didn't progressively get better. It didn't. So what I ended up doing was I went on something that was like affordable for me. And because I did a brand deal with Musely. And basically, and Shalene was like, okay, yeah, that's the same. It's similar medication to the one that her doctors in her salon prescribe. And so, because I needed like a cost-effective solution, at the time I was really on a tight budget, but I was also desperate. So I went on Musely, which is a hair pill, And that really has helped. So I'm still on that. And I have also used, it's not really a serum, it's a topical that Shalene has, my stylist, that is not available online, but it worked really good to stimulate hair growth. Shalene also did a scoping on me, and we saw, like, I had some decent hair follicles still left that were alive and kicking, but they were clogged. So she's helped me with my hair health. When I'm in the salon, I always do like the extra treatments and the scalp scrubs and things like that to make sure I clear out the congestion. I started washing my hair more frequently, really focused on scalp health. And I did, for a long time, I purchased the laser, one of the first laser helmets that Shalene was offering in her salon. I purchased that one, and sadly I dropped that thing and broke it. It was a hard shell cap, but it was working really well. I'm getting ready now to save my pennies and upgrade to the clinical in-home laser that she has, because it's the best thing that you can do on an ongoing basis to keep the hair that you have, grow back some hair. And then I'm still concurrently taking the, I've never stopped since I started taking the hair pill. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then I'm actually also just going to start doing the topical that Shalene has again, for just to stimulate hair growth. It stimulates blood flow in the area and stimulates, you know, like the follicles from growing, so that I can keep what I grew back and potentially grow some more, because I like where I'm at. I can wear my hair. I don't know. I feel confident about my part and like the top of my head not looking too bad. And it was really bad. So if I can grow back mine, which was scary, I'll try to put up some pictures. Then you guys could do yours. But I will tell you, just like with everything else, you have to work at it. There's no overnight fixes for your hair. And hair ages too. And when our estrogen goes down, our DHT goes up, and DHT blocks the follicles. It blocks the follicles so that the hair, the new healthy hair can't grow through. And in terms of like hair oils and things like that, the best thing you could do with hair oils is that's for the bottom of your hair, to keep your hair shiny or whatever. Be very careful what products you regularly put on your scalp, because while they might have, you know, be claiming some benefits, if they're clogging your follicles, your new growth's not going to come through. So you have to be very careful about that. I think so many people think now they're on this kick where they're just like putting all these topicals on, and then they're not washing their hair. And like my stylist was saying, and then people, you know, they put dry shampoo on every day. They put hairspray. They put all these products. Then they don't wash their hair daily. And then they wonder why their hair is thinning. You know, it's kind of, she made such a good example. She said, if, you know, we put powder and every time our face is oily, we put more and more powder on it. But then we don't wash our face every day and really exfoliate and get that all that makeup off. Would our face, you know, would our face look good? Like, no. But that's what people do with their hair. You know, they just keep putting powders and powders, and then they don't wash their hair every day, and then they just wash their hair, but they're not really concentrating their scalp health on their scalp health, and then you're not creating an optimal environment for hair growth. So just like we need a skincare regimen, just like we need a body care regimen, we need a hair care regimen. And I love what my stylist said, and she said basically like, leave the K18 and the Olaplex and the masks and stuff, leave that to your stylist. Pick a treatment that you do like every time you get your hair done. Do some sort of nourishing treatment for your hair. But at home, focus on a couple of things. Focus on washing your hair, scalp health, like really getting in and exfoliating your scalp, and a hair oil for the ends of your hair. Leave the treatments to your stylist And then if you're suffering from menopause, hair loss, or androgenetic alopecia, consider a laser as well as a topical and oral medication. Those three things, that's the trifecta for getting your hair back and having nice, healthy hair even through all of that. So that's what I recommend. I'm currently doing the topical, and I'm going to add in the 2 extra things. I'm doing the oral medication. I'm going to get the topical, and I'm going to order myself a laser, because after doing that podcast with her, I was just inspired. Like, yeah, I've kind of been okay with the status quo. The oral medication grew back my hair to where I'm no longer like balding, but now let's take it to the next level and let's get like really nice thick hair coming in. And that's what I'm going to do. So, okay. So shadow is pretty much done. Let's go in with like a lighter color in the inner. So I want to know if you guys do you struggle with thinning hair or hair loss? Did you notice anything after menopause? Comment, I'm curious. Stress is a huge factor on hair loss. It's funny because my stylist is so good. She could tell, like, during the time when I was taking care of my dad, she's like, hey, like, what's going on? What's going on with you? Because I can tell that your hair is suffering. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, how do you know? And she's like, I can tell that you're experiencing like almost like she called it shock loss. And then, like, of course, you confide everything to your stylist. I told her, the hardships I was having with my dad when I was caring for him. She knew. Okay, I'm going to go with an Old Faithful eyeliner because I just found my Costa Riche from MAC that I haven't had in a while. And I sharpened it all nice. Isn't it nice? Here's your sign. Go through your makeup and sharpen all your lip pencils and eyeliners so that you have nice, fresh, sharp liners the next time you go to do it. So best little thing you can do with eyeliner is look straight ahead into your mirror, put your pencil at the corner and just pull straight out. And then you create like the starting point, and then you can kind of connect it and bring it back in. Go over it. I bring the line like to where like my pupil starts, so I don't go all the way across with my liner because I think that makes your eyes look small. And I'm going to do this side. And I clean it up with my concealer. And I'm going to do a little tightlining. I don't always tightline, but I did yesterday, and I'm like, why do I like my makeup so much today? And I think it was this. So a little tightlining. I'm going to do a little liner on the bottom, and I'll smudge it out. Just like that. I don't go all the way across. I'll kind of play with it after I'm done with the rest of my things that I'm going to do. Okay, so I am going to, a couple things. I'm going to put a dropper of my Tan Luxe drops on my little mirror here because I did a spray tan and now I'm kind of tan. So we need to add that so that my face gets dark, but so that I have the immediate darker, because I don't have a darker foundation. I've got my Giorgio Luminous Silk. I'm going to do a pump of that right on top of that Tan Luxe drop. And then, what's your little trick? If you have like a bronzing serum, like this Callaway Sun Drip, just add that to your foundation. And I'm going to use this brush from BK Beauty. This is the 101 brush, and I've got my little concoction on here, and I'm just going to prime that brush really well with all those products and just apply. It does become less full coverage, but I don't really need full coverage. But this brush helps with the full coverage nature. It like helps give you more coverage. This is a great brush, by the way. I think this is what put them on the map. It is, if you want to apply your foundation quickly, I'll swipe a little when it's the forehead, but I won't swipe the face. And then I avoid the under eye, because the under eye is where I'm going to put concealer. Go in with a little bit more. Let me tell you, if you're struggling with mental health or seasonal depression, instant mood lifter, spray tan. I feel so good after my spray tan. Like, I thanked the girl when I was walking out. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, this was so good for my mental health. Like, I immediately felt better. It's so weird. Anyone else like that? Like, you feel like a spray tan makes all the difference? And it came out so good too. Like, there's no weirdness, no like streakiness, or I don't know. Like, I remember years ago, back in the day, spray tans were a hot mess. They did not look good. You looked crazy. She did like this cocktail of different colors. I told her I like an olivey color. Like, I don't like to be real warm tone with my tan. More neutral. All right, contour time. We're going to go in with LYS in the color Harmony. This stuff is so good. I've had it since last February. That's how long it lasts. And it goes on like butter. So we're going to blend that out. This is like the mini foundation brush of like this one. This is the 109. I don't know what's on it, so I'm going to prime it a little. Dry clean it a little. So you want to press, don't swipe, so that you don't move the foundation on that we just applied. What I find that the biggest mistake I used to make with my makeup was rushing through, I was just rushing. So if you don't have time, just don't do it. Don't do, like, if you don't have a lot of time, don't do contour at all. It's better if you try to rush through it, it just does not. You're just going to create like a mud look on your face. If you're just like swirling on all these products on top of each other, they'll all swirl together and it'll be like mud. A little tip with the, for an eye lift with the contour stick, do this. like a swipe right there, it will give you the illusion of a lift. And just tap it in. Can you tell? I love the way that looks. So not really like in the temples. You don't want to put it right in here because if you're over 40, you're already getting hollowed temples. That's just going to make your temples look more hollow. It's going to enhance the signs of aging. I will swipe this though. The underneath the jawline, I swipe it. I have these loose hairs everywhere. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Feeling nice and bronzy. Patrick Ta nose contour brush. Let's blend this sucker out. Do you guys ever wonder when you see someone on TikTok or something doing their makeup and they put on a ton of blush or a ton of contour and then they blend it out and it blends out like perfect and like doesn't look like a lot, but then when you do that yourself, you look like a clown? Part of it is because they're not showing the entire blending process, number one. Number two, they're putting on more than they would for their everyday life makeup because on camera, if you don't put on a lot, it won't show. So you have to put on more than you would. So when you try to do that, if you're just trying to, leave the house for work or something and you put on that, it's too much makeup. So just a little tidbit for you guys. That's what's happening. It's funny because I fell victim to that too. And I'm like, why do I look like a clown? I would go to the mirror, the mirror in my car, put it down and go, oh my God. Or there's been times where I kid you not, I forget to blend my nose contour. Okay, this is a low lighter from Rodial. I'm going to put it on underneath my concealer because my Natasha Denona concealer is a little on the darker side. I do like a bright under eye. So I put that on to give like an under brightness. This is I think it's the A506 from BK Beauty. I have all BK Beauty brushes, by the way. I love them. I'll tag the sets that I have, but they're amazing. You won't need any other brushes if you buy a couple of their sets. I'll also put them up here. Like if you guys see the little shopping bag, a lot of products are available through YouTube shopping. If you use any of the links in the description or even through YouTube shopping, I do get a commission, like an affiliate commission. So I do appreciate it when you guys use my links. It's really helpful. It just helps me to like be able to do more videos like this and spend time doing stuff like this. And I just truly appreciate it. I really do. Okay. Might have went a little too camera heavy on that low lighter, but it's okay because the Natasha Denona is darker. So it will blend that out. But let me just, before I go in with the Natasha, I'm going to go in with blush. This is Bliss from Rare Beauty. Kind of matches my shirt. AK Beauty 113. Blush is something you have to really be careful when you apply it, especially when I dotted it on like that right on top of kind of like right where the contour is, because it will it can mix right in with that contour if you over blend it or over swirl it, and it's gonna really look muddy. I like more of an ombre look, like contour and then the blush like right above the contour. And then I like to wait to do my concealer so that if the blush is coming too far in here, which it is, the concealer will kind of take care of that. And then I like to touch a little bit to the nose too. All right, so now I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Natasha Denona color N5. I like to do this to lift the eye. Then I will also tip of the nose, down the center, and then here. So I'm about now, it's been like a month after I got the filler right here. Really like it. It did take a few weeks to fully settle down, and I was kind of talking weird for a while. It was kind of weird, but worth it. I really like it, and I know it's going to last a while, so it was worth it. I'm really happy with it. I'm supposed to go in for my Botox in a few weeks, and she's going to see if it needs a touch-up to make sure it healed symmetrically. I think I kind of did, but I'll let her be the judge. She's super conservative, so I don't get worried that she's not trying to like sell me as much filler as possible. Now I'm going to go in with, because I had put too much of the low lighter, I feel like I need, this is the Nikki LaRose, the N14. This kind of acts like a beauty blender. I love this brush. But this kind of helps me to blend if I need extra help blending. It's like the beauty blender and a brush had a baby. It's perfect. And I love not relying on a beauty blender, because I used to hate to have to go wet a beauty blender, because I don't do my makeup in the bathroom, so I'm not like at a sink, and I used to hate that process. Much better. That really helped blend it out. You really want to make sure you don't have any extra product before you powder. So you got to do this blending work. So now I'm going to spray. I'm trying to use the rest of this so I could just finally throw it away. The sprayer on there is not good. Like, this thing is expensive, but I wouldn't buy it again. I'm going to do the Make It Last by Milani when that is out. So once that is all done, it's time to go in with powder. So I'm going to go in with a powder blush. I'm going to do Makeup by Mario in Mellow Mauve. And we're going to use the Nikki LaRose brush, the N15. And I need to wash my brushes, that's for sure. Hopefully that's going to happen this weekend. Okay. Now I'm going to go and get some powder on here. I'm going to powder with the 110 from BK Beauty. So I dip the brush, make sure it's like on all the hairs. This is the Surreal Setting Powder by Makeup by Mario. It's really finely milled and does a really good job. Little goes a long way. You do not need a lot of powder under the eyes. So I'm just going to densely powder the areas that need it the most. I'll do a light dusting over everywhere else as the last kind of step in my makeup. Now I'm going to go in with bronzer. And I like this. You got to be careful with bronzer. If you go on with too big of a brush, it's going to go where you don't want it. And then it just kind of ruins the look. All right. Go finish my under eye. I'm going to smudge a little bit of bronzer underneath here. Okay. Gonna go in with my Bisque Makeup Forever pencil. Brighten the eye a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a lip combo, but let me do a little bit of powder. So the rest of the powder that's in this cap, put it on this bigger brush, kind of lightly dust the rest of the face with it. That clears up the cap. And I'm also going to do some illuminator. So you guys know I love my Dior Glow palette. So I think we're gonna do this little champagne color and touch in the white too for the tip of the nose. And maybe like just up here, the top of the bridge. And then the top of the eye, let's do the little bronzy shade. I love to do the bronzy shade as an eyeshadow topper. Just right there. The top. I love that. And then I use my pinky and I get the inner corner. Like that. Okay. Lip combo. Actually, let me do a little bit of illuminator on my cheeks. Let's touch into these two colors. Little blush topper. Okay. Now lip color. I've been loving Yosh from MAC. Should I do that or should I do something a little pinky? Let me do, what color is this? It's like a pinky color from Makeup by Mario. I'll link it. So what we do with the lips, you guys know my tactic. I connect the Cupid's bow. I have kind of a deep Cupid's bow. Connect it. That is going to give you a pucker. And then I go slightly overlined. And then the bottom. So that's the liner. I think I have this Lawless, kind of a pinky color. Maybe I should do that one. I'll link the color, but oh yeah, that's pretty. I don't have my glosses with me right now. Should I do a little, I'm missing Iconic Nude. I love the Iconic Nude to contour the lip. Underneath and up top. You know what's funny is I have no idea if I like my makeup until after I stand up, walk over to the mirror, like the big mirror, and see. Not funny. Anyways, let's take these clips out and I'm gonna go check it out and then I'll come back. All right, I went and got my Lawless gloss in Daisy, which I love. Give it a little gloss. Love that. All right, you guys. That is the finished look. And yeah, well, I hope I didn't lose too many of you. I know that was long, but thank you so much for tuning in to another video, another chatty Get Ready with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.